Um, so last time we started off, kind of still in the middle of Elysium. Um, Ingrid had seen Will and Grace dance. She was pretty upset, and she went and she popped Randall's snow globe, which kind of ended his performance. And the two of them left together. Um, Meanwhile, everybody's kind of getting into the swing of Elysium after talking to the prince. Um, Jacob's feeling pretty good. The sheriff finds him and escorts him to a VIP area to talk to the prince, who's pretty much just like, "Hey, public or private? What do you want it to be?" Jacob's like, "Public," and then he leaves. And the prince is like, "Bet," So that was determined. Jacob, I think, went to go smooze with some people then. Will went to find Agnes, and they told each other about Dream Guy and Jordy. And then they went through Elysium searching for both of them together. Saw them at the same time, parted ways to follow their, each individual. Will went and found Ever to have Ever come with him to follow the unknown dream guy. Um, and okay. Okay, skipping around. But yeah, so anyway, Ever and Will, they kind of follow this dude. They're trying to mingle, kind of blend in. Really, everybody just hears everything they're saying and they're kind of annoyed with them. But they follow the guy anyway. Will points him out to Ever. Ever recognizes him as Vespasiano, her brother. Um, and Will is still feeling like the intense feeling to follow this guy, and Ever tries to stop him. Um, and I'm just gonna go through this whole scene instead of breaking it up in the way that it happened to us.
Sure.
So Ever and Will continues to follow him. Um, they try to talk to him, um, and he pretty much just takes over Will and makes Will grab her, um, and take press a vial to her lips and steals her voice. And Ever punches him a couple times. Doesn't really phase him too much. Ever cannot speak, so she punches again. um,
Your issues.
he says that Will is still useful here in out here or whatever, and wants to know how close he is to Jacob. Um, and yeah, he then goes to leave. He shatters a mirror, and Will yells at Ever to listen, and Ever goes through the mirror with her brother and disappears. And then Will goes running to talk to Theodore. Meanwhile, Jacob is talking to other primogens. I think he talked to Malin and Harris. Was getting just advice from all of them about all kinds of stuff. Um, Agnes followed Jordy into the refreshment area, um, made eye contact with him as he went into a booth. So then Agnes followed him in there, was talking to him. It's kind of like not just Jordy in there. He knew a lot of things that Tomlin knew, and it was very intense. Agnes left and called Roman, pretty upset about it. And they talked a bit, and then she went back inside. And when she goes back inside, Jacob's looking for, to get everybody all together because the toast is going to be happening soon. So they all go together, listen to the toast. Jacob then diablerizes Antoinette in front of everybody. Everybody had to stay and watch that. And then they left to go to Agnes's, and then they also on the car ride filled Jacob in and each other in on kind of like the happenings, or most of them, I think. And
And
then
just
meanwhile,
to
Ever
check,
stepped through. Oh, sorry.
how thrilled was everybody about all the characters about the Diablerie? Like excitement levels of like Agnes and Will. Was it like a 10 or was it like an 11?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that, but Dana was like wounded because she wrote Antoinette.
I was
I had
very
no
excited.
idea.
Nice.
Sorry.
It's okay. I have learned to get over it. I was kind of sitting there, I was like, he killed my Antoinette. I wanted to kill her.
I wanted to kill him.
Feel less bad if you had the same witch then.
But I did ditch Lucy, and she would have been the person I wanted to do the killing, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Lucy's elsewhere, so you're safe.
Yeah. Lucy may have some issues if she ever comes back, though, because she hates Antoinette, but she wanted to do the killing, too.
Sorry to digress. I just wanted to really
No, it's
zero in
okay.
on how excited everybody was.
Will was like, "What the fuck is going on? This is the worst night of my life." That's where Will was at. It's probably like a
Agnes is
2.
thinking, like, it's kind of weird that in such a short period of time I've had to watch not one but two people, diablerize
Yeah.
somebody after my son was diablerized. So she's kind of like not too into it.
It's just
Hard to read though.
you.
Hard to read.
I will say though, when the prince asked Jacob, "Hey, do you want to do this publicly or privately?" I don't think she was actually giving Jacob a choice. I'm pretty sure your options were public or public.
Well, the choice was public or something else.
Yeah.
You made a good
my
choice.
guess is it would have been private, and it would have been filmed and then shown to everyone.
That's a good idea. She's not that kind.
I don't want to. I'm tempted to go down that rabbit hole, but I feel deeply fearful. So
Yeah.
A true Ventru would never commit legal diablerie in private. That would be a shame on the clan.
yeah,
Hi.
past that one.
Okay. So Ever Ever steps out of the portal, talks to her brother Vespasiano, who's just like, I hate you so much, and I just want to make your life living hell, and that's kind of like where my purpose in life is. So that's what we're gonna do, and kind of gives her a timeline of like, got this festival coming up, so I'm not gonna
Don't
get
step on
super like hardcore into it until after, but you'll know when I'm ready, kind of thing. And then like,
Love you.
if he fucks off through another mirror, and Ever then goes to Agnes's to wait for everybody to arrive because she knows everybody's gonna get there, and everybody gets there, and Ever's there, and yay! And we all talk about Elysium and kind of do our debrief. And then, and
Bye.
almost like one of the most important things that happened, Jacob asked if we would kidnap his daughter.
Is it for you?
P.S. Will you just kidnap my daughter? Well, that's how casually he asked us to
Did
do
you go
that.
to Eat Street today?
No, it's in the mail.
Oh, okay.
It's so cool. You can just like
Yeah,
they,
so
like,
wants
like,
Agnes to
they-
kidnap,
the pros just like sell them on
and
Instagram.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And so I just get to send him $30, and he sends me a frisbee.
Yeah, and
Theodore came over, and Will got some advice from him as well. And then, once everybody kind of finished talking, Agnes asked Jacob to stay and chat, and he did. And
Then what happens?
long story short, Agnes, did a lot of thinking and analyzing, and made a decision. And Roman made sure that Jacob wouldn't betray the Barclays. So
Very
that
good.
was that.
it was a very eventful night.
Wow. So much.
Sorry, Jacob.
Okay.
But are you actually sorry?
Yeah.
Rachel's
Let me
definitely
rephrase.
sorry.
Agnes,
I was
Agnes.
definitely sorry. I was pretty distraught.
is Agnes sorry though?
It was badass.
Agnes could go either way.
Rule of cool.
What? That's okay. Okay, so you had a day in between all of that and this moment. And I think I know what Will did. Will spent some time with Grace, went to go get some advice from his mom, spent some more time with Grace. Agnes talked to Orin, and I don't know what else Agnes did.
She talked to Orange. Fyodor came
Oh, right.
to the Warren.
Fyodor put his words that he said he would put in the Warren.
Yep. They had a meeting with the whole Warren in the auditorium, kind of like a, safety briefing. I guess.
Briefing.
An assembly in the Warren.
Yeah, in the amphitheater.
All right, settle
they have
down.
a-
Settle down.
Got all mirrors removed, that kind of thing.
Do they have a flag? Do they have a pledge that they do before the assembly starts?
I pledge to the Warren for which we stand.
Hey, there's a lot of dangerous things happening right now, okay? I need my people to be prepared. I take the safety of my community very seriously. But yeah, and she also spent a lot of time with Roman, not necessarily like with him, like talking, hanging out, but like she was working on making plans for various things and just sharing space with him and talking some things out and stuff. So
Wonderful. And what was Ever doing?
There was the night she spent with Will, and then she went and met Oliver,
Oh, right.
unbeknownst to Will.
Right. She
And then
met Oliver.
Yes,
Mhm.
she met Oliver. That was a great time.
Ever and Will both spent a night with two different people.
Sluts.
It was very innocent with Will and Ever. They just.
I mean,
slept.
Ever's perfectly okay with being called a slut, though. She's sitting there like, yeah, I'm a total slut. It's whatever, guys.
She's perfect for Oliver, honestly.
Yeah. Oliver will come up to her and be like, hey, you want to do a threesome? And she'll be like, all right.
And what was Jacob up to?
Jacob caught up with An, who was upstate with Tammin during the night of
Mm-hmm.
the Elysium, and he also would have caught up with Tammin just to touch base and to reassure her that things are going well, and to hear how Mark Zuckerberg and that deal is going.
It went great. It went really well. Timeline has moved up.
Love to hear that.
Cool. So we'll begin the evening. Everybody, please give me a rouse check. If you ask me what that is, Kate, I swear to God.
What if I ask what that is?
We're in session 17. Agnes is good.
I failed.
Will is not good. Jacob's good.
Failure.
Ever is not good. Ever and Will begin the evening at Hunger 2. Jacob, I need you to make a separate roll for me. Can you please make a resolve and your unspent willpower? So whatever your willpower is, if it's 5, you would have 5 unspent. If your willpower is 6, you would have 4 unspent. So please roll that number and resolve and tell me the number of successes that you get.
Check.
Oh, I need a pen.
Love to see it. Do critical successes factor?
Yes. Dana, can you move your computer?
I'm sorry. I was supposed to get my headphones from work, but I wound up sleeping through my alarm, so I took the day at home.
That's okay.
So with critical successes, that's a total of 4 plus, so 7 total successes.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So we will begin. Who wants to begin?
I can begin if no one else wants to.
Okay. Ever you wake up in your apartment, as soon as you do, you feel that familiar gnawing in your stomach a little more aggressively than on a normal night.
Mm-hmm.
And you... What do you do?
Has Romero started letting me drink from him yet? Or is he still not comfortable with that?
I don't think he's comfortable with that.
Okay.
Or I
Then-
don't know if she's asked him yet, and we can do that on screen.
Yeah, then Ever will go to his room and see if he would be comfortable with that.
Okay. You leave your room. Very sparse, where you sleep in a corner.
Yep.
And go to the other bedroom in your apartment, which has a very lovely window out onto the street. The bed is made, which is pretty typical. Romero, came from a very militia family. And so, he makes his bed very tightly every morning. Bed is made. Romero isn't there. And you see sitting on the bed is a small glass vial.
I pick it up and examine it.
There's a liquid inside. It's kind of translucent blue. It seems like there's something inside of the liquid, like a stick or a feather maybe. And there's a note tied to it.
And then I'll read the note.
The note says, "You're it."
Son of a bitch.
Oh no. Sorry.
Does the vial or what's in it ring any bells for me?
Well, you know that a vial was used on you
Yep.
a few days ago. That one didn't seem like that one had liquid in it though.
Mhm.
When your voice was captured inside of it. Actually, let's use some mechanics of this game for once. Give me an intelligence and occult.
Ever actually has some occult, unlike Lucy, who had none. Holy fly. Four.
4. 4. You have a vague memory of a few different blood sorcery rituals used by the pack involving vials. The one used on you that captured your voice. There's another that captured dreams, could like distill dreams into vials. Another one that you could distill disciplines, like skills, for
not that?
short-term usage, not long-term usage.
Well, it's definitely not that one because Romero has none of those.
That's what you remember.
What happens if I uncork it? Do I know?
You don't know.
I'm gonna uncork it because I make bad decisions.
Nothing happens when you uncork it. It doesn't have a scent.
Okay, then I'll cork it back. And then I'll do the only thing I can think to do and go to Will's place to ask him for some help.
Sounds good.
She doesn't know where she doesn't know where the warrant is. She can't go
Right.
to Agnes.
Right.
And she doesn't want to go to Jacob. No offense.
Jacob, you wake up in the morning feeling great. Feeling so good. The meta deal is going well. You're feeling strong after what you did to Antoinette. And what do you do?
Jacob is going to spend a little bit of time journaling and just reflecting on the clarity of the vision that he has, and go into pretty specific detail about the risks he has taken and how they've been worth it. And he's going to look at it, what he's written on the page, and admire it. And then he's going to set it on fire and toss it into the trash can and let it burn up.
Incredible. I love it. As you're watching it burn in your trash can in your office, you hear a soft knock at the door.
Come in.
The door slowly opens and you see An, who looks like she hasn't gotten ready for the day yet, still in her pajamas. Hey,
Evening, sweetie.
what are you doing?
Well, you're familiar with the tradition of a sand mandala?
Yeah, of course.
I was doing that.
Nice. How'd your party go?
Very well. It did. Yeah. Things are gonna be good for us.
That's good.
And sounds like you and Tammin had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. Have you thought more about what I asked you the other day?
And he's just takes him a second to think about what it is that she was talking about. Oh, yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, I want to be able to have time to process the information and make sure I'm, analyzing everything right. Yeah. So if I could get started meeting with different clans, that would be cool.
Yeah. I can talk to Prawn and see if he can work something. You know what? Better yet, some of Dad's close friends are from different clans, so you can chat with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had friends in other clans. That's super cool.
Well, I mean, it's part of being in this position, and the folks that were over here the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice people.
Cool. So when can I talk to them?
Well, I'll reach out and see if I can maybe set something up for the next day or so.
Okay.
I'd say tonight, but I know you.
I'm not busy tonight.
Okay, well, maybe even tonight.
I did all my work when we were upstate, just in case, we had some time to hang out. I feel like we haven't hung out a lot since you got this job,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Understand
I know you're doing a good job.
Let's hang out right now. Go ahead and grab your coat. We'll head outside and get some fresh air.
Okay. I'm going to change and then get my coat, but okay.
All right, all right.
And she runs and changes. Comes back into your office. Her backpack, parka on.
Jacob will just notify Ron if he's around.
He's around.
Yeah, he's around. And just say, hey, we're gonna go out for a walk. If you could have so and so just watch our backs, Mal or Octavian or one of the other guards that are there.
Of course. Do you want them at a distance, sir?
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Bron. And then Jacob will walk out and head in the direction of Tompkins Square Park with On.
Okay. Cool. Will, you wake up in a different part of town. You wake up in Midtown, right next to RN Labs, in a very fancy penthouse apartment. Alone. You wake up alone. Apartment is empty. And you had another dream last night. Same face. This one was a little more visual than the last one. Last one was just an image of him smiling at you. This one felt a little more voyeuristic. Felt a little more cinematic. You saw that same face, Vespasiano, in what appeared to be maybe a cavern, something dark, somewhere not well lit, and there are candles and a large silver basin. He steps into the basin and sits down, and a few figures approach him, carrying large vessels of different kinds, buckets, jugs, small cups. They begin to pour liquid from those vessels into the bath on top of Vespasiano. It's clear that it's blood. You can practically smell it, even though it's a dream. His eyes close as the liquid pours over him. But when they open, you feel him looking directly at you, as if you're there. And he holds your eye contact for a long moment, and when he breaks it, you wake up.
He wakes up with a start. And he just kind of like looks around and is like really wigged out. And he has to kind of take a second to like remember where he is and why he's there. And then he'll get up and he'll go get his duffel bag from wherever he threw it and get dressed. And is there anything? Did she leave anything for him or no?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. He'll leave her a little note. That just says thanks for a wonderful evening. ... morning? Question mark. And then he will call Fed or tech or signal message Fedya.
Okay.
Asking where he is and what's he up to.
He replies, apartment, sleeping.
And then he messages back, meet me at my place soon.
Sends you a thumbs up.
Okay. And he also is like, can you bring some bags of blood?
Sends
with you?
another thumbs up.
And then we'll go home
Cool.
and wait for Fedya.
Cool. Agnes, you wake up in the Warren. Roman's sitting in his chair, as he always is, every morning. Since the 1400s.
Agnes wakes up and looks over towards him, kind of gives him a small smile before she sits up and gets out of bed, fixing the covers behind her. I think as she kind of, as she fixes the covers, she just asks, "How did you sleep?"
I slept well. How did you sleep?
Well. And then she crosses like by him, and as she crosses by him, she kind of touches his shoulder, and then she'll get like her clothes and change for the day and stuff, and then she'll check her phone after to see if there's any texts or anything from anybody. It's kind of like an afterthought.
I don't think there is at this point.
Okay.
Trevor will probably call Agnes when she gets to Will's because Will isn't there yet.
Okay. You get as you pick up your phone, you get a call from Ever.
Oh, she pulls it off the charger and then answers it. Hello?
Romero is gone again.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Apparently, Vespasiano is too eager to wait.
Oh dear. We'll find him. I'm sure he could have gone far. I'm sure we can find him. Or he'll turn up.
I know. The chances are he did this because he knew it would provoke me.
That's probably true, so don't let it.
How
This is
do I
just part of his
not
game.
let the fact that he took my best friend and my food source from me provoke me?
Well, I'm not saying don't be upset. You have every right to be upset. I'm just saying don't be so upset you don't think rationally. We'll all solve this together, Ever, you're not alone.
I
We'll
know.
find
I'm
Romero.
at Will's if you want to join us. I mean, Will's not here, but I'm here.
Okay. I think I'll come up then.
Then I will see you soon.
See you then. She hangs up and looks at Roman. Ever's kind friend, he's been taken again.
Again?
Again, yes. He was taken a couple days ago by the Sabbat and returned with no memory. Hardly at all. And now he's gone again. It's her brother just doing whatever he can to hurt her. It's awful.
Did you put anything in place to protect him?
I'm not sure. I don't believe she has.
That is too bad.
She's at Will's. I'm going to go up and talk with them all. Try to, I guess, decide what we're going to do, how to help him, if there's a way.
Okay.
You think, would you be able to, I don't know, check security cameras around Ever's apartment building? Maybe,
Sure, I can look.
yeah.
Can you
maybe
send
we'll
me a
see
photo
something.
of what he looks like? Her friend.
Yeah. I will, yes. Agnes is gonna, oh wait, Ever's not gonna have a picture of him. Agnes will just describe him
Okay.
and then say, I'll work on getting a photo.
Okay.
I'm, if you need anything today, just give me a call. Not sure when I'll be back.
Okay. If you need anything from me, I'll be there.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
And she'll leave. I think she probably squeezes his hand before she goes.
As she squeezes it, he like lifts it and kisses your hand before you leave.
So then she goes up to Will's.
Okay.
She'll throw the mask on. So I'll do a rouse check.
Okay.
Yes. Wow.
Ever, as soon as you hang up with Agnes, you hear footsteps and see Fyodor approaching.
Do you think his security system is set up yet?
Will is getting a security system.
Well, considering my brother broke in, it would be a good idea.
I'm guessing he hasn't yet.
Ever picks the lock.
It's incredibly easy to pick. And you both walk into the apartment.
I thought Jacob helped me with that.
He did, but it's not there yet.
Oh.
Jacob said he would help you with it.
Simply safe. I don't know if they do locks.
Locksmith, come on.
Jacob, you're walking towards the park with An. She's beaming. Haven't spent a day out with just her in a while. Or a night out. So, how's the job?
Yeah, I want to tell you about that, but I have a really important question for you first.
Okay.
Pizza
I would love
Milkshakes.
pizza.
or milkshakes?
Pizza, for sure. For sure, pizza.
All right. Let's head on over to Luz then.
Okay.
So they walking down to a pizza restaurant, and they go inside, and I'm wondering what kind of pizza does On get?
Oh, that's a good question. I think what's like the most pretentious kind of pizza?
She sounds like a veggie.
Yeah, I think it's like
pepperoni kind of person.
yeah, I think it's a no meat. It's vegan, obviously, with vegan cheese. A vegan like with mushrooms and veggies on it. Banana peppers.
Yes. So she'll get a slice, and of course, Jacob doesn't get anything. And as they continue to walk, Jacob will say, On, I know you haven't had the most normal life. Growing up with a vegan father. That's fine.
I think I've managed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
kinda
You
get used-
should probably get my nutrients checked, though. I could be severely,
You're fine.
I mean, do you
But,
even know if I'm getting enough protein?
You seem to be doing well. Passing all the medical checks that we've been throwing at you. So, someday, if you do decide to follow in my footsteps, even that is gonna be off the menu,
I know.
unless you want to throw up.
How quickly do you throw up?
It depends.
If you ate a bite of this right now, how fast would you throw up?
Let's see. And Jacob will get ready to take a bite and just go, man, this smells so good,
Really?
and I'm gonna regret it. Yeah. All right, he takes a bite. What are the rules? I know I can do a blush of life.
You can do a blush of life so you don't immediately barf, in which case it would take you about an hour.
So Jacob takes a bite and goes, and then his face will just blush with color, and I think that's like rouse.
It's a rouse check, yeah.
Which he fails.
Hunger goes up by 1.
But he's able to stomach it still.
We'll barf in 1 hour.
Well, I guess pretty quickly. But with a little focus, you could keep it down longer.
Did it taste good?
Not really.
Wow. That's crazy.
Thought it would though. Yeah. I grew up in this city. Spent about 16 years here before I ran away from home. And I think that time away from it was some of the most valuable time of my life. I mean, of course, it's where I met your mom over in California, and learned about what I wanted to do with my life too. I'm just saying that at some point, we really need to get you out of here.
Okay.
Go on a vacation somewhere.
California.
California. France.
France could be cool.
Tibet.
Okay. I thought we couldn't
There-
travel places.
Well, we're not supposed to, but I think it's important.
Maybe
Ye-
maybe we can go, like as a post embrace trip.
Maybe. Just in what? What month is it again? It's February.
It's February.
It's just then we have to wait a whole another year for you to be 14, and then
Why?
oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, maybe it could be sooner.
Maybe. She stops walking. You said it was going to be soon.
I said it could be soon.
No. You didn't.
I said there's an opportunity that could be soon.
You said there was an opportunity. That implies that the opportunity exists. Were you not being precise with your language?
First off, you have a little bit of crust on your cheek.
I'm not going to...
And second, I think you're getting ahead of yourself here. I'm taking this as you are. I mean, if it's something that you're interested in after you speak with people, for sure it can be soon.
I'm interested in it. I said that. That's why I want to talk to people. I don't want to talk to people for a year.
Okay, well, where do you think we're headed? And they get closer and closer to Will's apartment.
Great. Love it. Agnes, or Will, I think you make it there first. You get to your apartment, unlock the door, and when you open it, Ever and Fyodor are both inside.
What the fuck?
Will, you really need a new lock.
And maybe like a deadbolt. Well, at
Yeah.
least when you're
An
inside.
alarm, maybe.
I
Or
think
a
that's
dog.
coming.
Maybe you should get a dog.
Dogs are fun.
Dogs need to be fed and walked and taken care of. That's
I mean,
Wh-
so do you.
okay. First of all, hi.
Hi, Will.
What are you doing here, Eva?
She holds up the vial and the note.
Fuck. What happened?
I went in to see if Romero would be comfortable with me having a snack, and he wasn't there. This was.
So he started already.
But we had more time.
I had another dream last night.
About him?
Yeah, it was him. It was more cinematic this time. He was bathing in a bunch of blood. It was disgusting. All these people just
Ever? Know what that means?
Ever would know that there is a ritual called the bloodbath. That means a leader of a pack has essentially ascended the ranks and is now, think of it like a commodore of a fleet and now control multiple packs.
No, fuck.
Yeah, and then he made eye contact with me. It was really fucking creepy.
That's bad.
That's really fucking bad.
There's a knock on the door.
Just pick it. It's so easy to pick.
Will
And
goes
soon
over
after
to the
you hear
door.
them picking. She waits like precisely 5 seconds, and then she's like,
And then Will opens it. Does anybody fucking wait and knock, for Christ's sake?
I
No,
did
I just
knock.
skipped that part.
You knocked, but you gotta give me time. I know I'm quick, but
Normally you're a lot faster than that. Do you mind if I come in?
please, Agnes, come in. At least I'm letting you in. The rest of these lowlives over here just were already here before I even got home.
You
Hello, Agnes.
really need to get new knocks. Oh, hi, Fyodor.
Love what we tell
Glad
him.
you're
He
here.
needs to get new locks every time we see him.
I'm open for donations, okay? I'm officially opening my box for donations. If
Oh, now
anybody
you'll
would like,
accept money from people. That's cool.
I'm just sick and tired of hearing about it.
I'll get you locks, Will. Don't worry.
Okay.
Ever takes out her wallet and gives him $100.
Really?
You said
It's
you
for
were open
locks.
for donations. Here you go,
You said
$100.
you wanted
Go buy
locks.
yourself a fucking lock.
Put
And a
it on
good
my
lock.
to-do
Another-
list. All right. My feedback session is closed now, okay? Will knows. All right, I'm aware of the problem. I will fix it. So, we were talking about the deep shit that we're in right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm here as well. Ever
There's
told me.
more? Oh, okay. I was like,
No, thankfully I don't. Well, nothing new.
Well, that bathing in blood thing is definitely
Bathing
not
in,
good either.
bathing in
Yeah.
blood?
yeah, I had another dream,
Oh.
which involved her brother, and he was bathing in blood. A bunch
Oh.
of people were just throwing blood on him. It was pretty disgusting.
Does that mean anything? And she looks at Fyodor and Ever,
Yes.
not knowing the conversation previous.
It means that there are more Sabbat in the city than we thought.
And they're all under his control. Or at least the ones more than just the one pack are.
So the fact that he made eye contact with me, is that also a problem?
I don't think it's more of a problem than him being in your fucking dream.
I mean, that's a problem in and of itself.
Jacob, you and On have made it to Will's, just outside of Will's apartment, like a block away, because Will's apartment does open onto the street, which you're about a block away.
Okay, so as we get close to the door, Jacob will share with On. I just want to let you know that whatever you decide, you're more than that. This vampire thing, it's just a part of who I am, and you're the smartest person I know, and when you grow up, you can be whatever you want to be, and if you choose to follow me in this path, that's not going to be all that you are.
I know that.
Just needed to say that to you.
Okay.
All right, we're here. And knock on the door.
Hey, look! Somebody knows how to knock and wait. Look at this. And
Agnes rolls her eyes.
Will goes to the door and says,
Oh, it's fine.
"Hey, Jacob, good to see you, man." And he like shakes his hand, gives him like a bro hug. Come on in, come on in.
And brought a friend.
Hey, On. How are you, kid?
Hi.
Yeah, you remember Will? He's you stopped by the house.
Hi.
Hey,
She
welcome.
sticks her hand out, shakes your hand.
He,
Very,
gives it.
firm handshake.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you got a good handshake. Did Dad teach you that? It's very
Yes.
important, handshakes. Especially if you're going to be doing business. It's very important. Well, come on in. Come on in.
Oh
Make
wow!
yourself at home.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. Agnes.
Yeah, me neither.
Jacob.
Ever.
Hmm.
Theodore.
Last minute thing.
Jacob, good to see you.
Well, on I guess you might have seen Agnes and
Good evening.
Ever before,
Hi.
and
This is my buddy Fedya.
Fetty is
Hi.
his nickname.
No offense, kid, but you look like you're shitting yourself.
I'm certain this is overwhelming.
It's not overwhelming. I'm just trying to be polite.
Look,
course.
we were just swinging by to chat. Is now not a good time?
Depends on what you wanted to chat about.
Well, for that, I'll let An share her 2 cents.
Oh.
I just wanted to meet all of you and ask you about your experience as kindred.
And Jacob will nod and like smile with like pride at his daughter speaking up to this room full of adults.
If that's okay with you, but obviously we don't want to take your time if you all are busy, so maybe we could schedule another time if that would be better.
I for one am happy to answer any questions you have.
Does Agnes still have her mask up?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't drop it when she came in. Not yet, but she's definitely not going to now.
Well, great. No, thanks. And Jacob will like move to grab a seat and get a bit more comfortable, bringing like on with him, and we'll just give a quick recap of well, Agnes is part of the Nosferatu clan. Will is a Bruja, and Ever here is I don't think I know what clan you're part of, Ever.
No, you don't. She just kind of smirks at you.
Well, you're gonna have to chat. He leans into Aunt. You're gonna have to chat with her secretly about that. And Fedya over here is Tremere.
On. Good to see you again. So, do you all like being kindred?
No.
Pretty rough, actually.
I like it.
You like it?
I do.
What do you like about it?
Well, I mean, I suppose the same things anyone would like about any life. There's always good in it somewhere.
What is the stuff that's good in your life?
Well, my family, friends, of course, experienced a lot of things that I certainly wouldn't have experienced in my human life.
Like what?
Well, pretty much most things, I suppose.
That is quite true. There's a lot of stuff going on now that I'd not have ever experienced in my life.
Times have changed a lot.
Is it rude if I ask how old you are? She like looks at Jacob.
It isn't rude, but you shouldn't be surprised if someone says they would rather not tell you.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
I'm 540.
532.
How old do you think I am?
The answer to that is that you know he was hanging out with dinosaurs.
I have no idea.
All right, I catch a break. I'm 180. 181, I think. I just had a birthday, actually.
He's still quite young.
Fedya, you're 181.
Yeah, I'm 181. You know, you kind of lose count after a while, kid.
I
Yeah,
actually don't even remember when my birthday is.
that's sad.
Well,
I mean, you get a lot of them, so...
She turns
you
to
miss one-
Jacob. How old are you?
Well, let's do a little bit of math, shall we?
Okay.
So, you are recently 13.
Right.
You're born 13 years ago.
That's
And
how time
I-
works.
Met your mom. I don't know what the math is for this. He's got to make it. He's got to make it more complicated than it actually is.
What is this, an algebra class?
And then ... Jacob explains it, and then I was born in 1981.
Okay.
And it took us this long to get here because?
So you're 41?
I thought
Our
it was
history.
entertaining.
What was that on?
So you're 41?
I wrote down 43. Did I do my math wrong?
I don't know. I wouldn't trust Chelsea on any of that, to be honest.
43 doesn't make sense depending on what year. So, we're in 2022.
Right.
Jacob doesn't know his age.
Okay, cool. It's fine. You forget. I don't even know how old I am, so.
Let's pretend that, Jacob the character really knew.
Yeah.
Brandon did not.
That's cool.
He still took a long time to get to it. But
Yeah,
he
he
knew.
still made it a complicated math problem, but he knew the answer to it.
Yeah.
She turns to Fedya. How old are you? I'm 16. Okay.
He's not 16. I thought he was 16 for a very long time, but he's not.
How could you think he was 16 for a very long time?
Because,
Like,
we
if
don't
he thought
age.
that for more than a year, he would have been 17.
Well, no, I knew he was a kindred. I just thought that he was a fresh kindred, a baby kindred, if you will.
Mm.
And, but see, that's just the thing. With kindred, you can't really know. Because, we stop aging, so.
If you had to give advice to a new kindred, what would your advice be?
Great question.
Thank you.
That depends on the individual.
Well, in this case, I'm talking about myself.
I mean, I think if you're going to choose to become a kindred, you should think about what age you want to be for the whole rest of your life. Because, I mean, some of us didn't get a choice, and when we were turned, it just happened to us,
I
and
don't
we're
think any-
stuck like this. So, I think if you're choosing it, you should really choose the age that you become kindred. You think you should think really hard about that, because you're going to be that way for a long time, and the world's going to treat you a certain way because of it. So,
Okay.
And Jacob will like wink at Will.
he winks back when she's not looking at him.
What's your advice, Agnes? You kind of seem like the happiest out of everybody.
Most well adjusted, I suppose. There's a lot of advice I could give you. And perhaps I'll save it for, if that day does come, when it does. But, leading up to it, being as you're not a kindred, I would advise you to really, really take your time. Consider this. Being a child for eternity. I can't imagine that leading to a very happy life. At least I know, for me, it certainly wouldn't have. I wouldn't have any of the things that I do. It's a very big decision.
Do you have any friends that are your age?
I have some friends.
Kind of specifically.
What?
Human friends.
Yeah.
You also have to keep in mind, if you go this path, you can't ever see them again.
That's okay.
What kind of person just throws away their friends like that? No
She-
offense.
She has a very unique upbringing.
I'll make new friends.
Let's see.
I think, hey, Fedya, you want to chime in on this? You've been looking 16 for a long time. What's that like?
Very astute, Will. Thank you.
Yeah, you ever
Being-
want to come by the bar I work at? I'd love to kick you out. Sounds like fun.
Well, maybe I'll take you up on that someday. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Being a teenager forever sucks. Don't do it. But being a kindred can be fun, so maybe do it. I don't know. I'm not good at giving advice.
Just wait.
At least wait until you are fully grown. Then you can bullshit your way through and say, "Oh, I'm 22. I can do whatever I want," as opposed to looking like a kid.
Okay.
Agnes she's been standing the whole time somewhere kind of, clustered with everybody. And she kind of probably had her hands crossed or like folded behind her back, but she kind of crosses her arms for a moment. And then we'll kind of move towards the other side of the room. She seems
and-
very pensive, but
And here's another
Not
piece of advice for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you were
No, you're good.
Here's another piece of advice for you. You don't want to be a part of my clan. It's going to make your life so fucking hard in the future.
What clan?
I am La Sombra.
She looks at Jacob knowingly as they have discussed clan politics in depth.
Yes, it's going to it would make your life literally impossible in the future. Do you have a smartphone?
Yeah.
Hold it out with your lock screen on.
Why?
because I could show you how fucking terrible it is.
I'll just trust you.
On, it's really funny. It's really funny. And Jacob holds out his phone.
Ever walks over and just touches it, and a completely unrelated number clicks.
Oh, Jacob moves to hang it up real quick.
Careful, don't call 911.
Or you're going to unlock it, but
Yeah, that's why I said the lock screen, so I can't accidentally do something stupid or reckless.
never mind.
Okay, yeah, that seems pretty bad.
You'll also never see yourself in the mirror again.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have no idea what I look like. You would think it'd be cool to begin with, but after about 100 years, you get sick of not knowing if you look okay or not.
She turns to Will. What about your clan?
My clan? We're passionate people, my clan.
What does that mean?
Fight the good fights, We, charismatic and strong and fast. It's done me well as a soldier.
Like Twilight vampires.
Not like Twilight vampires. No, not
It's
like
just-
that at all.
Don't ever suggest anyone's like a Twilight vampire. They might punch you. I would
Hey,
think.
I
actually,
really
Agnes,
think
did
Twilight
you,
just is not worth
did you
talking
write
about.
those ones?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Is she lying?
The ones that I have not written.
Can I tell if she's lying about that?
Roll an insight and wits check if you want to see if Agnes is lying.
Christina knows the answer to this, but Ever wants to know the
And
answer.
while this
do
is
I-
happening,
What do I
on-
roll to lie?
You can roll a composure and performance check.
You said wits and what?
Wits and
Awareness?
No, and is that what I said?
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, do wits and awareness.
Oh.
No connect.
So I got the skull on my hunger dice.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. And I got a crit.
Okay, so you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I
Ever?
also got.
You also got 2?
Yeah.
Did you get any critical fails?
No.
Boomer.
I got 2 twos, but no critical fails, fortunately.
Agnes, Agnes is lying.
Ever just.
She definitely wrote Twilight.
Yeah,
Agnes-
Ever just to herself, but doesn't correct her.
Until you learn a secret about someone here, you're gonna have -2 to all dice rolls.
You.
Damn it.
Hey, at least the brother is not at large in the apartment currently.
Yeah, so Agnes has written a bunch of vampire books.
That's awesome.
I'm partial to Dracula.
You wrote Dracula?
I did, yes. Most vampire-based literature that is on the market has been written by me.
Wow,
Do you...
that's so cool.
Thank you. If you're ever interested, would be happy to let you read my copies.
I would
Whatever.
love that.
Wonderful.
Agnes also has like the biggest library ever. Like, you
Actually,
can think of it. She probably has it.
Agnes, do you think you could grab a copy of Dracula somewhere here? Something to send on home with.
Will, do you have any? I can always get some. I can always run home and grab some.
Oh,
but-
Brett
Yeah.
Wills, not Agnes.
I'm sure Will does.
Yeah. Yeah, here, let you give him my copy,
No,
and
I've
then Will
given him
goes.
some.
Yeah, we can just cross my name out of the front cover, and we can write on in there. Yeah, she can write on.
I mean, I can just borrow it. It's just a book.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, but it's like signed by the author. That's like really cool.
That
Isn't
is
it?
pretty cool.
Yeah. Or maybe you want to keep it because you want, like, because it's my. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Here you go.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. Here, just take it.
Maybe you don't
if you
talk
want
to
to
kids that much.
Yeah, we'll stop flirting with little kids.
What the hell? I'm not flirting with the kid.
That's Jacob. Bobby.
Agnes, could I have your phone number?
Of course. She kind of looks at Jacob after she says, of course, because then she's like, wait, I probably should have just agreed to that. So she kind of looks at him like, of course. And I guess
She hands you her phone so you can put it in there.
she'll put it in.
Does she know about the signal?
Yeah, by phone number she means your Signal phone number.
You use phone numbers?
Signal does actually allow you to use proper phone numbers.
You guys, you know that SMS messages aren't secure.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I use Signal.
Okay.
What is SMS?
I don't think it applies to you.
Okay.
This episode of Vampires Masquerade New York City brought to you by
Sponsored by Signal, like all of them since Jacob has joined.
Home Security, but not locks.
This were a podcast. We'd get the sponsors rolling.
Sometimes I get to my lair and I want to go to bed and I hear a noise outside. I just don't feel safe.
You want your haven protected. Okay, On takes the book from Will, takes the phone number from Agnes.
Do you have any more questions?
I have a lot more questions. But maybe we could talk about them some other time. I feel like I want to make sure that I'm asking you all useful questions of your time, and so
Well, not only that, but questions that are important for you.
right.
And I'm happy to, at some point, some night, schedule away some time to sit and talk to you. That way you don't have to really think about all of your questions. You can just ask whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
Conversations are always very beneficial to have.
I'd offer the same, but I'm
Advice.
cynical as fuck, so I'm not going to give you anything helpful.
Okay. Here, knock it at the door.
Oh, look, somebody else who knows how to knock and wait.
This
He goes over.
vanishes at this knock because it's official. She doesn't really know who could come in. So.
On
He
was staring at you while that happened.
Yeah.
And is
And-
like,
Sorry. it's just a case. It's a habit.
okay.
Is
I
she
also
still there?
forgot that she's masked, so she didn't have to, but it works because Agnes also forgot.
Agnes is forgetful, apparently.
So will look and see who it is.
You don't recognize the person at the door. It's like probably mid to late 30s man, earpiece in, jacket, like all black.
I don't recognize him.
Oh,
Is it-
Octavian. Yeah, all right, sweetie. I'm gonna send you back home with Octavian, and I'm gonna chat with the group here about some work things. But we can do this again.
Okay.
You know that guy?
Yeah, he's our guard.
Oh,
Well, one of them. Hey, Octavian, say hey to everybody.
He have you open the door, Will?
no, I didn't know I opened the door, but I will open the door since
Okay.
since he recognized him. Yeah.
He just nods.
Hey,
Doesn't say anything.
hey,
Mark
welcome.
kind of leans over in Agnes's general direction and is like, who just so casually says, oh, it's our guard these days?
This kid apparently.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions. And I look forward to talking to you all again. She looks at Jacob. I'll see you later.
I'll be back home later tonight.
Okay. She
Thanks
looks
for dropping
towards
by.
where she saw Agnes vanish.
Agnes will reappear and kind of just give her a smile and a nod. It was
Hi.
good to meet you.
It was good to meet you too. Thanks for the book, Will.
Of course. Of course.
And she leaves with Octavian. They close the door.
You're still going to let her do it.
I appreciate all the advice you're able to share with her.
But are you still going to let her do it?
Well, I don't think she's going to want to after this
That's fair.
conversation.
Glad we could be of help to you and to her.
Thank you.
That's about delving a little bit deeper into why I don't like it, but they're pretty much all personal problems, so I didn't think it would discourage.
Is there a
Yeah.
reason we're all here?
Yeah, I was just wondering. What's going on?
Well, I came here and asked Agnes to join me because my brother has made his move.
Mm.
And then Will apparently called Fedya because of his dream.
Yes. And also we've got business to discuss.
We do. I don't want to take away from this brother appearing thing. Ever, what can we do to help you out?
Yeah, that sounds pretty serious.
The only thing I can think of is to try and check out the cavern down in the subways, but the last time I went down there, none of you recognized me, so I'd rather not go alone this time.
It's probably smart.
So what can you tell us? When was the last time you saw Romero? What was he like? Was anything out of the ordinary?
Well, he
Was anything disturbed in your apartment?
No, not that I could tell. He even made his bed like usual. The best guess that I can make is that he went out and my brother snatched his key. Since I destroyed all the mirrors in the apartment the day we moved in. We've never had mirrors.
Did you buy your locks from the same place that Will bought his locks?
God no. And when Romero and I are both in, we also have 2 deadbolts and a chain on the door. So there is no picking from the outside.
So where would they have gone?
Like I said, the best idea I have is to check the cavern in the subways where I encountered that whore and that shithead. And no, I don't typically use their names. I prefer to call them by shithead and whore.
So who's whore?
Which one's the
exactly?
whore?
Dana went with that one because she don't remember.
It's Caradoc.
Whoever the lady was.
Caradoc.
Caradoc.
I'm just putting this together, but if they're in the subway tunnels, Agnes, isn't that a little close to home?
It is far too close to home for my comfort, which is why Fyodor has been helping us fortify the war and security, and also why I'm very heavily invested in resolving this Sabbat threat.
They aren't much for modern comforts in heavily populated areas. At least, not my pack. My pack preferred modern comforts really far away from civilization or caves.
Not very cozy.
She kind of looks at Will and she's like, "That's why I sleep on the floor. I'm really fucking used to it."
Do you have a way to contact your brother? Or is he just the one doing contacts? I don't remember your phone situation. It's
All I
blown up.
have is this file, and my guess is it's a dream, but I
You
show
repeat that?
it to Fedja, being like, "Fedja, you probably know."
It's probably a dream.
drink it?
If you want to see the dream.
She'll uncork it and chug it.
Okay.
She makes great decisions.
Your vision begins to blur.
Mhm.
And you see a very hazy scene of what looks like you can kind of see out of the window of a basement, maybe, that, just has a window in the top corner of it. In Venice, from what you can see outside of the window, looks very familiar. Town you've been to a few times over the years, over the centuries. And you see a group of young children sitting at a table, sharpening pieces of wood. There's a big stack in the middle of the table that's filled with stakes. And there's a group of children sitting, kind of whittling additional stakes. Most of them are talking and singing, telling stories to each other in Italian. There's one little kid that isn't really talking to any of them. And then the dream fades. You come back to reality.
Oh, fuck. Actually, never knew there were that many. I wonder if that's more of a memory than a dream.
What did you see?
What I can only surmise to be Romero's childhood. Just a bunch of kids sitting around whittling steaks.
We
Why
did
would he?
macaroni necklaces.
Why would he leave that for you?
My best guess is... Yeah, I have no guess. No fucking...
I think maybe, at the very least, it means that perhaps he has Romero's memories. So if we could get, in a perfect world, could potentially return them to him.
That would be nice. Kind of shitty that my best friend doesn't remember me.
I'm not sure what his intention was with leaving it, though, to think about it. Could have been no intention besides just messing with you.
Yeah, it's most likely the latter. He always was a little shit. Anyways, Agnes, would you care to join me down into the subways?
Yeah, yes, of course I can. I'm
Jacob,
not
you're
sure
welcome.
how much help I'll be if we
Even
encounter
just- Even just emotional support is better than that.
that I can provide.
Jacob, you're welcome to come along too. Will, you said you had some stuff you wanted to discuss with Vedya.
I do, but if you need me,
I think I've got a fairly decent party. Besides, I want Agnes to come along. I'm wondering how close the cavern is to the Warren, and she would be the best to know.
Of course.
Will, the discussion that you and Fatty are having, is that gonna take long?
I don't know.
What
Not sure
what is it
what.
about? If you don't mind me asking.
It's about some things from clearing up some things that happened in the past.
Oh.
Heavy. Okay, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I'll tag along.
Everyone's gonna kind of give Will a knowing look, and then just start to leave.
Theodore, But before I go, could I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Um, what do you know about diablerie? And specifically the after effects?
Can you be more specific with your question?
Oh, Agnes, I can tell you, it feels pretty good.
You don't think that's what she's asking?
I also
Yeah, not-
don't think that's what she's asking.
Not
I
quite.
agree, but I don't think that's what she's asking.
So you've... Okay, have... The, Does the victim linger?
Potentially. It's
Can you
always a
tell me more
chance.
about that?
Hello, Antoinette. Are you worried Antoinette is around here somewhere? And Jacob's gonna
You would be
bash.
the best to know the answer to that one.
No, sorry, Jacob. Um...
I mean,
I
if
think
you have questions about the Diablerie, you could just ask me. I know it was
Jacob,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't think she's talking about you. No offense, but diablerie is relatively common.
okay then.
I know it must seem like I was, and I'm sorry. I forget that you don't know. I
Know
believe
what?
I mentioned my son Tomlin. He
Uh,
he was killed, and that
Okay.
is that's how.
oh,
She kind of like just looks down, avoids eye contact for a moment, and then looks back at Fyodor.
I'm so sorry. God, I'm an asshole. I had no idea.
I know. I know. It's fine.
I really am sorry. Just please, every forget what I've said for the past 2 minutes. Gee.
Okay. This could be a good conversation for you to learn from as well, being someone that just
Yeah.
yeah. It's okay. She kind of looks around the room and decides that moment to share with everyone. I saw Jordy last night at Elysium.
Is he the one who did the thing?
Yes. He's the one that did it. And
So you
I
actually
spoke.
talked to him?
I did.
You didn't, like, carve his guts out?
And I spoke to him. It's like Tomlin was there too. And as much as I want Jordy to pay, I saw Tomlin was there. And I just, if you know anything about any of that, I would appreciate. Is there a way to get him back?
Fyodor reaches his hand out as if he's gonna put it on Agnes's shoulders, and then retracts it and crosses his arms. it is possible for one soul, one personality to take over the other, especially if there's a large difference in generation or experience. It's very rare for that to happen, but it's certainly possible. But it's not something that we can assist. I wouldn't. It's not impossible, but I wouldn't stake that much hope on it. But it's not impossible. Tomlin was old, strong.
Yeah.
I don't think Jordy knew what he was messing with.
Definitely did not. She takes like a deep breath. Anna, can you move your computer? And kind of
Or just
composes herself. a
mute
bit.
yourself for when you're not
I
talking.
think it's good now.
Okay.
Because as he was talking, she really kind of had to fight back like her emotions. She kind of composes herself and just nods her head and says, "Okay. Thank you. That's all."
Okay.
Well, Theodore, if either of you need anything, let us know. We probably won't be able to get in touch with us, but
Are you sure you don't want me to come along? I mean, this can wait.
I don't know what you're about to discover about your past, but it's definitely cannot wait.
I can go along. We can do this later.
we could always wait.
Yeah, we can always stay here if you would rather us be nearby while this happens.
It's probably gonna be rough. So. Yeah. What do you think, Fedia?
I think you might need some time alone after this.
Okay. So, let's just, we can do this later. I wanna help. If that's okay, Fedia. I'm sorry to call you over here.
That's fine. I will not be helping, though, with this.
Then I had no intention of asking you.
Thank you.
Theodore, I haven't told Oren that I saw Jordy.
Okay.
That I'm not sure how to tell him, so just
I understand.
don't mention it. Thank you.
Question for Ever.
Okay.
Ever replaced her phone, right?
Yeah.
So she has a phone at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
A brick of a phone, but a phone nonetheless.
It's not a brick of a phone, it's just like a flip phone with like the
Okay.
clicky buttons
Alright,
instead
yeah.
of a touchscreen.
Yeah, classic razor.
Yeah.
Pink. The only valid
It's
razor
not
color.
Ever's color. She got boring old slate gray.
Slate gray. Barf.
That's definitely more her color than pink.
Those are harder to find than the pink razors. Okay. As you all are standing around, Ever, you get a call from an unknown number to your phone.
I'll answer it.
I love you. Sorry I had a bad day.
Well, it's got a little better. I don't have to go to Hershey Park.
Oh, good.
You answer the phone.
No, I just pick it up and I just hold it next to my ear, waiting for them to talk.
Okay. Hello?
Romero?
Ever?
Where are you?
Well, I'm outside the apartment and I lost my keys and also my phone and also my wallet. What I'm saying is I got mugged. So that's cool. New York City. Very fun.
I'm gonna describe Vespasiano and ask him if that was the guy that mugged him.
No, though it wasn't him. I'm a little embarrassed about, it wasn't him, don't worry, it wasn't him.
Alright, I'll come and let you in, and honestly, after that, we probably should move.
We should move? I mean,
Such
I don't
things
think,
are
I don't think the mugging, it's a very normal thing that happens.
Well, I know who has your key.
Yes, the teenagers that mugged me have my keys.
That's not who has your key.
Okay. I did see them take my keys.
It doesn't mean they kept your keys.
Okay, all right. I mean, if you come let me in, you can be right about whatever you want to be right about.
Well, I'm always right, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe I take one of your knives with me.
Do you even know how to use a fucking knife?
Nope.
Maybe I will teach you.
I feel like it's not that hard. You just stab.
It's definitely harder.
Okay, well, you teach me
We'll
how
be
to use
there
the
in-
knife, and then maybe
We'll
I
be there
won't
in-
have to. Okay. This is a collect call. Sorry, and he hangs up.
Well, he's not kidnapped. He's just got mugged. Fucking idiot.
Oh,
Oh, thank God.
That was.
Well,
Shh.
let him into the apartment.
Oh,
I'm sorry he's been mugged, but I'm very relieved.
Oh, I'm so fucking relieved all that was a mugging. Still, though, we
Yeah.
probably should move. Doesn't need to be more secure, just different, since my brother knows where we live.
Honest, if you wanted, I can always get you someplace in the Warren. I'd be safe there. I
We
mean,
don't
I'd have
need it, but I'm probably going to discuss it with him about having him go down there for a time. If that is acceptable.
yeah, of course.
And
I'll work it
if
out.
it's helpful at all, Ever, I mean, I have access to a lot of different flats that the Camarilla uses throughout the city too.
I don't want anything from the camera.
All right, fair enough.
Alright,
It's there.
I'm going to go let him in. I guess our little excursion into the subways will have to wait.
That's fine by me.
Which means, William, you have plenty of time to remember whatever it is that you don't remember. And when it knocks you on your ass, you have my phone number.
thanks, Eva.
kind of give a salute, mostly sarcastic, and then leave.
Will just shakes his head at her. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do this then.
Would you I
Should
can
I
leave.
head out?
Is there anything else that we need to cover? I mean, I don't want to cut anything short here.
I was just real quick. When's the quickest we could arrange an audience with your two friends? Not tonight, of course, but do we do tomorrow night?
Whose friends are we talking about here?
What's Anna and
Anna and David?
Oh, Anna and David.
David. That's right.
Oh yeah. I can shoot David a message on Signal right now. I mean,
Yeah, I'd love to have you there for the conversation. So maybe tomorrow night.
yeah, sure. Tomorrow, I'll set it up with Anna and David.
Perfect.
Is there a place you would like to do this at?
Where are they? I don't want to inconvenience them too much.
Are they in Brooklyn?
They're in Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
They're off the L.
What's halfway between here and Brooklyn? I mean, if on the trains and switching, it's probably going to be just as long to be halfway as it is for them to come all the way over here. Do you know if they mind traveling?
No, they're very mobile.
Yeah. And we're just to get an idea of like where they're commuting from. Where's their operation?
Oh, I'm not really sure of all the details. I don't ask.
No worries. If it wouldn't be an inconvenience, it'd be great to meet them just in the neighborhood. Feels a little bit safer.
In the neighborhood, like your neighborhood, or here?
Those are the same.
Oh, we live near
Well-
Jacob. I live near Jacob.
Yes, you live like 3 blocks from Jacob.
Oh
you
shit.
consult the map.
Will knew that.
I don't
No.
know.
Will knew that.
And
Kate did not.
scabbard
Sorry.
that I so delicately put together.
I haven't looked at
I'm
it in
just
a
kidding, I haven't
while.
looked
All
at it
right.
in weeks.
Was-
I don't actually know if they're that close, but
Every
Look
block's
here.
a neighborhood in New York, right?
oh,
I
they're
mean, I
they're
honestly
really
just assume
close.
that we're all in walking distance because Ever doesn't know how to drive a car and refuses to learn.
I mean,
Have to
how
walk
long?
everywhere, so I'm assuming it's walking distance.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna take to get this place a little less bullseye? Hey, come do whatever the fuck you want in Will's place. I mean, I keep getting shit about my locks and about my security detail. How
When I get down to the Warren, I'll talk to people and get somebody to get
okay?
on that.
Because I mean, we probably should have some good security if we're gonna be talking. But we don't want that security to come from the Camarilla. So, can Ann
I'm
and David
happy
come to the
host at my apartment if
your
my
apartment?
apartment's a bit more secure than yours. Roman made sure of that.
All right.
Yeah, you can always just look into getting you some better locks.
Is that all it takes? Because
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
It's a step.
what are you all gonna do when I have locks? What are you gonna make fun of then?
We'll find something, I'm
sure we'll
sure.
find something.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Even Ever is just sitting there, like, knowing this
He, like-
conversation is happening and just goes, we'll find something.
Fedya like reaches out for like a low 5 from Agnes.
Agnes just kind of slyly like low fives him back.
You two are terrible.
Here, you know,
All right.
maybe we do a little bit of a neutral ground thing. Meet over at the East River Park. I think it's still going to be kind of inconvenient for them to get there, but it's more from a vibe standpoint, a neutral spot.
All right. I'll let him know.
Great.
Would you like me to give them your information?
That would be great. Yeah.
All right. And he'll like pass it along via signal to David.
Okay. Cool. Jacob, you are not feeling good. You're about to barf.
Pizza's coming
Blood
back to haunt you.
everywhere. You have about 10 seconds to decide where you want to do it.
What's the nearest? I'm in the equivalent of a living room.
Right.
Where? What? Do we kitchen sink? How close is the bathroom?
I mean, it's New York. It's
Bathroom's
not a big
close.
apartment. Bathroom's pretty close.
The bathroom's close, yeah.
Sounds good. And he will run into the bathroom and puke.
Whoa.
It's okay. Just pizza.
Pizza.
What? You eating pizza?
I guess he ate some pizza. We all just like, listen to him throw up. Oh gosh. Do you need anything? Agnes
Do you
kind
have
of
a glass of just something to just swish around.
Yeah, I'll get you some water, man. And he goes and gets him a glass of water and brings it to him.
Drinks and then just like very loudly spits into the kitchen sink, gets some more water, drinks and spits into the kitchen sink.
He just kind of like pats his back. You okay?
Yeah.
Why the fuck were you eating pizza?
yeah.
My daughter kind of dared me.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah. We can I can leave you to it. Just Fadia, real quick. Do you have a sec?
Yeah.
And it's gonna bring Fadia in. So this whole entire soul takeover thing that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that I woke up feeling really good.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to worry about, right?
No, you'd probably be able to tell by now. You ever hear voices in your head?
I mean,
Besides your own voice?
no.
Well, if that happens, then you should be worried.
Okay. And if that does happen?
There's a 50-50 chance that Antoinette consumes your soul and controls your body for the rest of time. Probably won't happen, though.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah. Just to clarify, it's a 50-50 if it does happen. Then it's like a 50-50, but it's like a 1 out of a million.
Right.
Otherwise.
It's not a 50-50 that it's going to happen, but if you start seeing the signs of it, then, I mean, I just kind of made up the 50-50 thing. I haven't done any kind of controlled research on it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
you
has.
can do to...
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've never tried. So maybe.
All right, cool.
But, you know, you'd be like patient zero, so.
I know Jake will just say, okay, good talk, slap him on the back and like pat him on the breast and...
Cool. Yep. All right.
Well, good luck, Will. Both of you.
Thanks.
Both. If you need anything, just call.
Yeah. Oh well.
Kind of squeezes like your arm reassuringly. She seems kind of worried.
He puts his hand on her hand and squeezes it.
Gives you a nod. Gives a nod to Fyodor, and then she'll look at Jacob and leave.
Cool.
She doesn't really say
Actually-
goodbye to him because she's assuming he's gonna walk out too.
Yeah.
Jacob walks out as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Will, you're left in the apartment with just Fedya? Well,
Yeah. So, you can help me remember what I don't remember?
yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you want it back?
I'm not sure of anything anymore.
I just told you because I thought Antoinette was going to say something.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that.
You asked me not to bring it up. Ever.
Like, ever?
That's how I interpreted it.
I don't know why, but I feel like I gotta know.
Okay.
But to be honest, man, I'm really fucking scared.
That makes sense. I mean, I can always just take it away again.
Yeah, I guess you could, huh?
I've never done it twice, though. I don't know if it'll fry your brain or something.
Well, that's comforting.
I thought we were being honest with each other now.
No, we are. I'm just deflecting. It's not personal. Okay. Well, let's do this.
Okay. He pulls out a silver cup from his messenger bag and a pocket knife and a small glass vial filled with liquid. He slices his hand with the pocket knife across the palm, squeezes it for a moment, so a few tablespoons of blood go into the cup, pours the vial in there, hands you the pocket knife. I need you to bleed in this too.
Okay. He looks him in the eye. He takes the knife, slits it across his hand, and he does the same thing. And he
As
kind of
you're-
pauses though before he lets it go into the cup. But he does.
As you're bleeding into the cup, you hear him muttering under his breath. And he kind of puts his hand on yours to signal when you can stop. And hands the cup to you. You have to drink all of it. You should probably sit down, though.
Okay. He takes a second, looks into the cup, thinks about backing out, but then he goes and he sits down, and oh yeah, here goes nothing, and he chugs it.
So Will drinks from the chalice, silver cup, the warm and viscous texture of vampire vitae filling his mouth, the weird aftertaste. It takes a moment, but your vision clouds and it feels like you've retreated into your own head. And you are confronted with a memory.
New York City, November 1999. On the orders of the Camarilla, Will is leading a raid into the final holdout of the Sabbat in a facility in Red Hook, in Brooklyn, a dilapidated warehouse with bricked-out windows. Will signals over to Oliver and the newest batch of recruits to surround the building and place the explosive, incendiary charges that they've prepared. He catches a glimpse of someone in a lab coat leaving through a door in the alley. Will grabs Fyodor's arm and nods toward the door as it closes. I want to see what's inside before we blow it up. You coming with me?
Okay.
Will walks over to the front door, twists the doorknob, breaking it off the door and throwing it to the ground. They walk inside, blinking in the bright fluorescent light. The inside of the warehouse is much nicer than the outside. It appears sterile, clean, and new, as if someone is just moving in. There are boxes on a reception desk and a backlit acrylic sign reading RN Labs leaning against the wall. They walk through the hallway and look into the rooms, seeing people in experiments, some eerily similar to Grace's, some even worse. What the fuck are they doing in here?
Fyodor holds up a young man in a lab coat by his neck. Look, Will, I found something.
What are you doing here? How did you get in here?
Shh, the big kids are talking now.
No, kid. I think we should let him talk. You know, I would ask you what you're doing here, but I really don't want to know. You see, I've had the pleasure of seeing what your kind does in places like this before, and let's just say, I really, really didn't like it.
What are you talking about?
Fyodor pulls out his pocket knife and holds it to the employee's throat. Did he ask you to speak?
Well, look around the hall. This looks like a top-notch operation. You have funding now? This about got some kind of sponsor? It's just fucking great.
Fyodor pushes the knife closer. What do you want me to do, Will? Or not do?
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this? Why are you fucking doing this? You all have this fucking city for too goddamn long. And you know how many good people have been lost because of this stupid fucking battle? I bet you don't even know the names of the poor bastards you have locked up in these rooms.
Please, let me go. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not the guy with the knife to your throat. I mean, you might be able to convince me to let you go, but, this guy, he's not so easygoing. And I think I'm gonna let him go and do what he wants to do.
Fyodor stabs the pocket knife into the man's throat and drags it. Blood spilling everywhere. Oh, seems like they're mortal.
Fuck. Of course they are. You fucking cowards! Fight your own goddamn battles for once! A door at the other end of the hallway creaks as an employee tries to escape. Will disappears and appears next to them, grabbing their arm and shoving them to the ground. No more fucking tricks, okay? How about we fight like honest men for once?
Please, I don't know what you're talking about. We're scientists.
Scientists. Oh, that's a new one, I gotta say. Priests, Canaanites, children of Lilith. I've heard a lot of names for your masters, but this is the first time I've ever heard scientists. He puts his foot on their back and pulls up the arm. And the employee gasps as it's pulled from its socket. We're gonna torch this place. You understand me? My friend and I, we're gonna leave, and we're gonna burn this down. You want us to paint us as the fucking monsters? That's fine. We'll be the fucking monsters. I've seen how many people this Sabbat have killed and mutilated. Killing a few ghouls will only weigh on my conscience for a few years, and I plan on living long enough to get over it. You all, though, you won't live long enough to feel the wrath of your masters, and you should be really fucking grateful for that.
Will, we should probably leave soon.
You want to know something, Fyodor? I've been a kindred since 1871. And in that whole time, I've never drank from a living person, not once. I've controlled my shit. Kept myself in check. But I'm really running out of patience. And I'm thinking maybe I could adjust my rules a bit. Maybe Sabbat ghouls don't even count as human anymore. What do you think?
I think we're running out of time.
He leans down and he bites the employee's wrist and begins to drink. And he continues to do so, draining them until the hand falls from his mouth. And then he falls to his knees, blood dripping down his face, and gasps. You know, I really thought it would taste different. But I guess I don't really have a comparison, huh? Maybe I'll try again.
Will, we need to get out of here. Pull it together.
Pull it together? You want me to pull it together? You know who didn't fucking pull it together, Fyodor? The Sabbat when they made their flesh ghouls. The Sabbat when they fucking murdered Ella Helleris. So, I don't think I'm gonna pull it together. I think I'm gonna see how many fucking ghouls I can drain before the charges go off. Fyodor stares at Will, but he doesn't approach. Will goes from room to room over the next few minutes, grabbing and draining anyone in the lab coat that he can find. He can't hear the sounds of Oliver screaming for them to evacuate.
Fyodor runs to Will, pulling him off the person that he's on. Will, stop. We have to leave.
I'm a little busy, Fyodor. Just come get me when everyone's done, okay?
Will, everyone is done, and this building is going up in flames in about 30 seconds.
Perfect. Just enough time to finish this one.
Will, he grabs Will's hand and starts to drag him down the hallway. Will, they're not ghouls.
What? The rest of the conversation was lost as the first charges went off, and the two barely cleared the alley before the entire building erupted into chaos. Later that night, Camarilla headquarters, Empire State Building. Will storms into Antoinette's office and slams the door closed behind him. You knew.
Hello, William. Glad to see you're well.
You fucking knew they were kind in there.
And?
You told me that was a Sabbat holdout.
And it was? Did you destroy it?
They were fucking kind in that hospital.
Don't be dramatic, William. It wasn't a hospital. And I asked you a question. Did you destroy it?
Were there ever even Sabbat in there?
Of course. There were at least 3 confirmed sympathizers.
3 sympathizers? I destroyed a hospital full of kind for 3 fucking sympathizers?
So you did destroy it. Wonderful. How many losses did we take?
Didn't realize you cared about that kind of thing, Antoinette.
Get yourself together, William. We've won this war because some of us understand resource management. How many losses did we take?
We came back with 5 men.
And you went there with?
More than that.
Don't you remember the destruction that the Sabbat have caused in the city? William, you've fought in human wars for over a century. Certainly you've learned the value of collateral damage.
None of that shit was collateral damage.
No one blames you for this, William. On the contrary, you'll be celebrated as a hero. Because that's what you are. You rooted out the last of the Sabbat's hold on New York. Do you know how many years it's been since the Camarilla's been in control? And our victory was clinched by you.
No, I'm done with this. I'm fucking done. I'm done with the Camarilla, and I'm done with this fucking fight. It's not even mine, and I've sacrificed everything for it.
You're right. You are done. Because this battle is done. Thanks to you. And whether you like it or not, William, you will be celebrated as a hero. So you can hate yourself for it. I truly do not care. But when the prince or I, or frankly, anyone in the Camarilla, thanks you for your service, you will smile and you will nod and you will keep your pointless self-loathing to yourself, or else I will personally martyr you and blame it on the Sabbat. Am I understood?
He like stares really piercingly into her face, and he clenches his fists really hard. And then he just turns around and he walks out.
Will you come back to your senses in your apartment on your couch, gasping a little bit? You could feel the vitae that you had previously drank kind of spilling out of your mouth and down your face onto your clothing. Fedya gets up and wordlessly comes and sits next to you on the couch.
He's just kind of sitting there with just a look of horror on his face. And he can't even speak. Fedya.
He puts a hand on your back.
I killed them. I slaughtered them. Like animals. Worse than animals. I was the animal.
Yes.
I remember. Makes sense.
What makes sense?
I remember that the Ella Harris. I couldn't remember the details, and I wanted revenge.
I know.
It was like all the years of my life. Everything that happened with my sister and with Charlie. With Ella. All of that. Was just coursing through my veins. And it felt really good.
I'm sure it did. It always feels good while you're doing it.
I I don't know. I don't. And this. Do we know the final count of what all was lost that day?
Do you want? I don't know if knowing that will help.
We'll pour it on thick now, so why stop, huh?
Does it? Well, I'm telling you that it won't help. It won't bring them back. It won't. The only thing it will do is make you more miserable.
Well, I feel I deserve that, I think. Those RN labs.
Yeah.
God. I've got to tell Grace. I've got to tell her.
Why?
Because she deserves to know this.
What if she leaves you?
I can't keep this from her, man. Not now. She might leave me. All those people. I killed all those people. All those people. I worked my whole life to help kind, to protect them.
Well, this doesn't negate all the things that you've done.
I don't know.
You've been alive for 181 years.
Yeah.
And you had one slip up.
Sure, I didn't have you erase other stuff.
You didn't.
Wouldn't be surprised at this rate.
You didn't. Well,
Okay. He gets up and he starts pacing and wringing his hands together. What do I do, Fedya? What do I do now?
you have to just move on.
How? I couldn't last time. I had to erase it.
Well, I didn't have very good advice then either. I guess now you at least know it's possible to do bad things and be a good person. At least I hope you know that. I hope that you know that that's what I'm trying to do.
I see you. Fedya. I'm sorry.
For what?
Being a blood.
Well, you don't have to apologize. To me.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Well, jeez.
You paid for all of their funerals. I don't know if that gives you any comfort.
Good. Good. What about the families?
They're fine. You made sure of that
Okay.
too.
Okay. Do we ever find out about the funding?
No.
Were there Sabat in there? I mean, it sounded like there weren't.
We don't know.
But- So we don't know if they were, how connected they were to the
Right.
Sabat?
Right.
Oh, man. There's somebody I know who probably knows the answers to some of this. Not that she can tell me.
Why not?
Ever heard of an NDA?
Doesn't seem that relevant.
If she's blood bonded to it, though?
That would make it relevant.
Yeah. Oh, this is a fucking mess. Oh my god.
Well, I'm worried you're gonna do something stupid.
Oh. Define stupid.
I don't know. You always exceed my expectations, so.
I don't know. I feel so dirty. I feel like a fraud.
You're not a fraud. You're just more of a monster than you thought you were.
I am. And I'm so glad that bitch Antoinette's dead.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go thank Jacob.
Do you want me to stay here?
Yeah. That would be good.
Okay. Do you want me to talk or just sit here?
I don't know.
You could punch me if you thought that would make you feel better.
No, actually, I feel like you should punch me.
No,
Why
I'll
not?
pass.
Why?
Not my thing.
I guess we just sit here.
Okay.
He he just breaks down and he cries.
Fedya sits next to him on the couch, kind of keeping a hand on Will's back. Eventually getting up and grabbing some paper towels. Hands them to Will.
Thank you. And I think he just sits there kind of like a zombie for a while.
Okay. Before this took place, Jacob and Agnes were leaving Will's apartment at the same time.
Yes. As they walk out the door, Agnes, looks at Jacob. It was really lovely getting to speak with your daughter. It was a nice surprise this evening.
Yeah. It's something she'd been talking about for a while. So it was a good time.
It's brilliant. Evening. It's fine if you do.
No. What's up?
I was just wondering if you would be interested in maybe a tour of the Warren. I'd love to show you just
Are
some
you
of
gonna
our
have your husband
pretty
up
much
here
everything.
again?
Well, I mean, he does live there, so. No,
I I want to let you know that I really do I understand, uh, uh, and I'm glad we have this moment to chat because it's been bothering me a lot. I tried to break it last night.
yeah.
I did. I felt hurt and invaded, and I had a thought to try to shoot, and as I tried to bring that thought into a reality, it like hit a limit, and I couldn't. And I'm sorry, I don't want to make things weird, but I want to let you know that's what I thought I tried to do.
I
Um,
appreciate you telling me.
have you ever had that happen to you before? Be commanded like that?
No.
Not that you know of.
Not that I'm aware of, at least.
It's awful. It felt awful. Not being in control of your brain. I just didn't know if you had experience with it. I want to let you know that when I think of An's future, as a dad, I want to do what's best for her. And I never want to have to resort to something like that.
Jacob, I don't know if it means anything, but I am sorry. I didn't want to do it. And I'm not even sure if I needed to, but I was scared. And truthfully, I've been scared for a while now. You are impressive. Quite the force. Watching you at Elysium.
Yeah, I know
I
you said
just-
it last night.
Given if
I understand. As I said, I understand. I just was curious.
if things were different, if
Yeah.
everything wasn't so dangerous, I would have given you time to earn my trust. I need to trust you so that I can help you. Because I want to help you. And I can't successfully help you, without trusting you. I'm sorry that I hurt you.
As my dad would always say to me, it's just feelings. Truly, it is. Water under the bridge.
If there's anything I can do to fix this, if you have any questions, or I mean, I don't.
Nope. Just take care of my little girl, and we're all set.
I will. I'll do everything I can. And I mean that, Jacob.
Yeah.
But if you're not comfortable going to the war, that's fine. I didn't know if you would want to see it fully before.
No, I would. I'm just really aware that the walk over there is gonna be a little awkward. So if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that.
I'm certainly fine with it. I mean,
And for the record, like I didn't have a gun on me. I just really thought hard about shooting you. I didn't have a gun in your apartment. I just want to let you know that.
yeah. Are you thinking about it now? Just curious. You can answer honestly.
Yes.
And is it just because of what I had Roman do?
No. To be honest, that is truly the last reason. I don't know how this works. I don't even know if I could think about that when I got it. But I'm not a strong person, and I'm surrounded by guards and protected for the most part. I feel like with this Sabat business and I feel like I recently put a pretty big target on my back, so I just want to be protected.
I think it's wise.
Yeah.
I just. Well, I'm just relieved we're on the same side.
Yeah. Me too.
You know, if you were wondering, I've never thought about killing you.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, that's a first. That's typically top of mind
Hmm.
when people encounter my infectious personality.
Really? I think you're a delight. And she doesn't say anything more unless you say anything along the walk. And she'll also pull out her phone. I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to let people know that I'm bringing you. I'm not too sure what protocol is. I'm still relatively new. And she'll just send a text to Roman saying, like, I'm bringing Jacob on a tour of the Warren.
Okay. He texts back, sounds great, and then sends you like 50 heart emojis.
Okay.
Jacob, on the walk after Agnes has stopped talking, you get a call via Signal.
All right. And I'd like to say that on the walk on the way back, while it's mostly silent, Jacob is like making small talk, like pointing out like restaurants that he likes and like street corners where silly things have happened to him.
Agnes is very interested listening in and stuff.
Is there like a street corner where like On had like a first moment?
Yes. There is actually a hot dog vendor where she really wanted a hot dog and threw a temper tantrum, and I said okay fine, and then we got to the vendor and they didn't have veggie dogs, so it was a no deal, and she was really upset. So yeah, that hot dog, thanks for bringing it up, but that hot dog stand that was an early trial of parenthood right there.
Wow. Tantrum. I never really dealt with. I never dealt with any children exactly.
We have kids.
Yes, but it's a bit different in this life.
Hey, hold on one sec, and Jacob will pick up his phone.
Did Will give? What was the exchange of information about like David and Anna? Did Will give them Jacob's info and Jacob their info, or just the first way?
I think he would have given it to David because Anna doesn't signal.
Yeah, but would he have given Jacob David's information?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think he would have let David contact.
Okay, so it's an unknown number, Jacob, unknown handle, whatever. I should really download Signal and see what it looks like. At this point, it's been too long. It's been like 2 months.
Honestly, it's just like texting. It's just secure. Like it uses phone number.
I'm just gonna do it.
Jacob he will bite. Pick up.
Hello, is this Jacob?
Hey, this is Jacob. Yep. Who's this?
Hi, my son gave me your information. My name is David Callahan.
Oh, David. David, you husband of Anna?
That's me. My better half.
Great. Well, thanks for giving me a call.
Yeah. Will said you wanted to get some time with us.
Yeah, and when he says like, "Oh, David, husband of Anna," he like gestures like at like Agnes.
Agnes nods and waits to hear anything more.
Yeah. I was hoping to chat with you to see if we could come to an arrangement.
All right. What kind of arrangement?
Yeah, I'd really prefer to speak about it in person if you don't mind. I mean, even though it's secure, it's over Signal. These sorts of things can be sort of tricky face
Right,
to
right.
face.
That's
And
totally understandable. I'm just a little curious on, is this are you talking to me as Jacob, or are you talking to me as a Primogen of the East Village? Because I'll be honest, son, that's going to change my answer.
and he kind of like looks at Agnes, even though she can't hear it necessarily, but he's just kind of like puzzled and he's like thinking it out.
You say, what
Jacob?
is it?
I, Jacob?
All right. Can you at least give me a clue into what we're talking about? I don't like to come unprepared.
Your project.
I'm an old man, Jacob. I got a lot of projects. You're going to have to be more specific than that.
Well, this isn't going to be your car or the pens that you're making in your workshop. This is dealing with diablerie.
I just kind of raises like her. And he just.
All right.
Diablerie.
Interesting. And, no offense, Jacob, but why exactly would I meet with you to talk about this?
Because Will asked you to.
Now that's
And he's a good guy.
You're
and he
right about
trusts me.
that. I trust Will. I also know Will's a good soul. He trusts a lot of people he might shouldn't. Sure, you've
Look,
learned that about him as well.
I'm willing to make it easy on you. I can come over to your neck of the woods.
All right.
If you got a spot in mind, you don't have to say it down. If you could
I'll
just message me.
I'll think of somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, meetings like this, I think it's usually good to set the parameters beforehand. You know, just so everybody's on the same page. We have the right expectations.
Sure.
I would prefer for you to come alone. I'm happy to come alone as well, although I'm sure my wife would love to be there too. But I don't want to outnumber you. I get that.
Well, how about you bring your wife along and I can bring Will along?
I mean, from your mouth and not mine. That sounds like a deal.
Great.
Jacob, if I find out that you've brought anyone else with you, guards, ghouls, friends, I'm not going to be that happy with you, okay? And I just want you to know that up front.
Totally get it. Totally get it. And Jacob's gonna like gesture to Agnes.
So, you're going to come alone. Well, you're going to come with my son.
Yep.
Other than that, you two will be alone. You won't be armed.
You won't be armed? Sounds good.
I won't be armed. Neither will my wife.
Great. Look, I'm actually about to go underground. I appreciate the call, and for sure, I totally want to respect it. Look, I don't think you have anything to fear here. This is just, it is
I get that, Jacob. I'm
conference.
not coming at this with fear. I'm just, you and I were both businessmen.
Yep.
I'll message you the place and let's say tomorrow night.
All right, let's do it.
He hangs up.
Have you met this David guy?
I have, yes. He's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, how did that go? Do you have a meeting with him?
Yeah.
Great. What time? When should I be ready?
Ready for?
The meeting.
Oh, he was really not wanting anybody else to be there, and I kind of convinced him that Will could come along, and I didn't mention anybody else. Would it make sense? Should I call? Then
No, you can handle it. I'll work on something else while you.
because
work on
now that I think of it, you're the one who actually spoke up about the whole entire situation in the meeting with the prince. Does Will not know what's going on? Does he?
I'm sure Will knows what's going on. You both just go and just fill me in
Okay.
on what happened, and if my help is needed in any way, I'm happy to help it. But we have a lot of problems that we're all working on, so
Yeah.
I'll handle one of those.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. I guess Agnes will lead him onto a subway and get him to jump at the right time. And before we go down, like, the hallway
Mm-hmm.
or the area, she pauses for a moment, looks to Jacob, just says, "You won't be in any danger here, so personally, I would appreciate it if you weren't armed."
Oh, sure. Uh, and Jacob pulls out like unnecessarily like menacing looking revolver. Like huge like 1980s Rambo, like what the hell is this guy doing with this thing? And just sets it down outside.
Right.
It's not gonna get picked up by anybody.
I'm not actually sure, so just Agnes will actually she'll take it and she'll just flip it out and dump the bullets into her hand and pocket the bullets and then flip the gun and hand you the gun back. I'll give you the bullets when you leave.
Okay.
All right, let's continue. And she'll lead the way down the hallway into the warren.
Cool. Ever, what are you up to?
Going back to my apartment to let Romero in because apparently he got mugged.
Right. You get back to your apartment. He's sitting in the hallway. Just sitting there. Doesn't have a phone to scroll on, so.
I really should teach you how to use a weapon.
Yeah, that would be great, actually. Kind of feel like you should have taught me that before. Maybe it's one of the things I forgot, but
I mean, I did offer to teach it to you after you forgot, but you were kind of...
okay, well, it's been a rough week, so give me a break. You okay?
Teach you how to use your weird coffee machine thing. I think I remembered how to use it. And she'll open the door and let him in.
Thank you. He goes into the apartment. So, what are you up to?
Shitting myself over you going missing.
I didn't go missing. Well,
Look, you got mugged.
right.
And then the kids that mugged you must have given up your keys because somebody then broke in and left me a note.
They left you a note. What did the note say?
You don't want to know.
I really do want to know.
I mean, all it said was, "You're it."
I don't get it.
It's my brother fucking with me.
Oh, fuck. That sounds bad.
That is putting it lightly.
Okay, so maybe you're right. We should move.
Actually, I hadn't thought about that. My friend, her whole clan actually, they live in this. I don't know how to describe it. I've never been, but they live underground, and it's essentially impossible to get to if you don't know how to get there. She said she was willing to offer you a safe place to stay while this is being dealt with.
Okay, that sounds good.
And as long as you're okay with it, they are all kindred, and they don't look normal, I should say.
What do they look like?
I think the best way to describe it would be imagine that they were all horrendously disfigured either at birth or by a fire.
Wow, that sounds like maybe that's really rude.
It's honestly putting it lightly.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fine with me. I don't care.
Then I'll let her know that you're willing to do that. For now, though, do you want me to show you how to use your weird coffee machine thing?
I would love that, honestly. Yeah, that would be great.
She takes him over to the espresso machine and takes a really unnecessarily long time to remember how to do it, but does teach him how to make himself some espresso.
He,
You don't drink
like,
espresso. You have no fucking clue how to do it.
he watches really astutely and then, you know, dumps out what you've made and cleans out the portafilter and pulls a few shots that look really shitty and bad and is, you know, kind of focused.
Amber just stands there very interested in watching him because she's used to watching him make this. Granted, he makes it for himself once, and then drinks it instead of throwing it out. But
I think I'm gonna get this. I think it's good. I think we're gonna get there. And he starts like he's just like repeatedly doing this over and over again. Like running through all the coffee that you guys have and starts like singing to himself. It's starting to get a little bit warm in the apartment because he's just like running this really expensive and fancy espresso machine that they should not afford.
Everyone's going for the fancy espresso beans too.
Yeah.
You know what to get him, so she just bought him
it's
whatever was
very
most
warm,
expensive.
but I don't want to stop doing this. So, can you open the window? Is that cool?
If that's what you want, I literally can't tell.
Okay, well, I can tell, and it's very hot. So
I will open the window then.
please
and she'll
go open the window. Okay. And he like narrows back into pulling his shots, and he's just singing and and making coffee, and looks over every now and again to you and smiles.
She's just standing there watching him, smiling.
And you know, his singing gets louder, and after a minute though, after a while, it's been, you know, you've been standing here for who fucking knows how long. There's a mountain of, you don't have a knockbox, so there's just like espresso grounds. He's taken out a big salad bowl and like, you know, filled it with the leftover coffee, and he's singing, pulling shots. You're standing there listening, and you start to hear another like melody kind of interweaving with his, another voice singing in Italian, similar kind of song, different words, but similar song. And I need you to make a stamina and composure roll.
Pull my thingy back up.
Oh, no.
Stamina and composure. A lot of dice I'm hearing you pick up, and so
Okay,
I
am rolling for multiple people because Romero is also rolling, but it also
Okay. I was just concerned because I'm sitting here, I'm like, I do not have that many dice. I got a 1.
Okay.
No, wait, 2. That's a 7. Just kidding.
Okay.
Thought it was 1. The only problem with funky fonts on dice, you can't always tell the difference between the 7s and the 1s.
Yeah. You start to wait. Move your computer.
Okay, try now.
Hello. Much better. The second melody begins to get a little bit louder. Romero still doesn't notice, but you notice that it's not your voice. It's not his voice. It's another one. And although at first it sounded like it was singing in Italian, and now it's clear that it's singing in Latin. And you start to feel invisible hooks in your skin. It feels like they're pulling your flesh from the bones. You look down, and it becomes clear that that is the case. And you hold your hand up and see, as if being peeled, the skin of your arm starts to unravel. It falls from your arm and is whisked away by a breeze that you can't feel through the window. You take 4 points of superficial damage.
I don't know what that means.
Look at your health tracker.
Okay.
The remaining, so if you have health of 5,
Uh-huh.
the remaining 5 are your what you can take damage as. If you have a health of 6, the remaining 4 are what you take this particular damage as.
Okay.
No, reverse of that. If you have a health of 6, you can take 6.
Right.
Right. So you take
Okay,
4
and
points of superficial damage.
Superficial different from normal.
Superficial, so there's superficial damage and there's aggravated damage. Superficial damage can be mended with by calling on the power of your blood as a product of your blood potency. So in that second page in your character sheet under your blood potency, there's a mend amount. And that's how much it costs for 1 rouse check to mend yourself. You can do that once per night.
Okay.
Aggravated damage is a little bit harder to heal.
Sure.
Luckily, you don't have to deal with that yet.
Okay. I was just making sure because my app does both of those, and I wanted to make sure I was marking off the correct way.
Romero starts to scream, and you look at him, and the same thing is happening. The thing about Kindred, though, is that while your whole life revolves around blood, it's not really in your body in the same way that it is in a human's.
Yeah.
Romero's skin is peeling from his arms, both of them. He's bleeding a lot. He's bleeding a lot. And it's a lot. The smell. You're gonna have to make a frenzy check to avoid attacking him.
Remind me how I do that?
You're gonna take your humanity, a third of it, rounded down.
Okay.
and your composure.
Do I add in hunger dice?
You do.
Okay.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Okay.
You don't. You're fucking hungry.
Seven. 1/3 of 7 rounded down is 2, right?
Right.
Okay. I got a 0.
You got a 0.
I got no passes. I'm gonna blood search.
Okay. Give me a rouse check before you do it.
Oh, sure. Now I'm fine. I get a critical success. Now I'm so fine.
On your surge or on your
On my rouse
on your
check,
rouse
yes.
check. Well, bummer.
I get a critical success, so I'm so fine on that. I don't know if that actually means anything for on my rouse check.
It doesn't. It just means
Okay.
you succeed in your rouse check.
Okay, well now I have 1. Got to roll an extra 3 dice, and all I got is a 1. These dice are all fired.
You got a 1.
I got 1. 1 pass.
Okay. I need a minute. So we're going to let Agnes and Jacob continue their journey into the Warren while I figure some things out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Agnes leads him into the Warren. As we walk, I know there are like little cameras, like in dots up in the ceiling of tech that will flash green when we walk through. Just kind of Agnes probably points them out a bit just because she knows that Jacob likes tech and she doesn't really understand any of the tech, but she's like, yeah, we've got a lot of security systems in place. Nobody can get in without us knowing and without us allowing them to.
Very advanced.
And she leads him. And then I believe this area opens up into like
The park.
the park, where there's like benches and stuff. It's a lot of where a lot of Nosferatu congregate. A lot of them are probably working on stuff if anybody's here. I don't know. I imagine there is. Mingling, hanging out. It's just kind of like a hub of activity here. And so Agnes will gesture about at the area.
Hey, quick question. What's the Wi-Fi?
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We don't really have one. I mean, I probably am not the best to speak to about all of our tech. But certain
worries,
areas
I just
you
thought.
can have signal, but
Okay. I just thought with all the hacking stuff going on down here that you all might have.
we
Fiber.
do have access and stuff. It's more of like a wired. I think it has something to do with wires and
Okay.
internal.
No worries. Don't sweat it. I was just wondering if, in case I get a call back from like David or somebody, I just wanted to be able to take it.
You will not be able to have calls here.
All right.
Yeah, not in this area. There are some places that it's possible. So we'll make this quick because I'm sure people will be reaching out. And she'll lead him to an area where I'm so bad at describing things, but it's also been a long time. So this area, it's a very, very large area, and the walls, it's very cavern-esque in a way, and there's kind of like desks and cubicles maybe built in, right? Where everybody works. I don't know. And there's the big glass room that has the table and desk area that
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of people working. What are they working on?
well, there's a lot to know, a lot to keep track of, a lot to do. You're
See
doing
some
it.
people typing, some people handwriting on the paper. We have any more authors down here?
Oh yes, I'm sure. There we have all walks of life here. I mean, this is only but a small fraction of our people. Not everyone is involved in the tech and cyber security scene.
Hmm.
So this area is has been warded by Fyodor, as well as the auditorium which you've been to, which we could get through. We could get to through the glass office over there, but I mean you've seen that before. I don't know if you want to see it again, but that is also warded. So
Glass
in the
office.
case of yes, right over here, and she gestures in the center of this area. There's a very large glass room, and she'll take you in there and let you, if you want to poke around on the computers there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Jacob will pull out his phone and to see. No signal.
I don't know. But she'll pull up like a map and stuff so that you can also like just look over a map. And
So I'm seeing that there are several different ways to enter, but it seems like that one area is sort of the main entrance.
yes, I would consider that the main entrance.
Do you ever get worried somebody will just accidentally stumble upon you?
No. And if they do, it won't really be a problem.
Sure. Cameras.
Yeah. But it's not a lot of people come down here, so it's really not a worry. Not much of one, anyway. We do have a library. Come, and she'll lead you on and down various hallways, and shows you all kinds of stuff that the
Wow.
ward has. Take you to the library.
Wow. Oh,
Well-
look at that.
We'll leave them here. Return above ground to Ever's apartment, where
literally everything's about to go to shit.
where the skin of Romero's move your laptop. The skin of Romero's arms has peeled itself off, floated away out the window. He has been flayed, essentially.
Entirely, or just his arms, or
Just his arms. Really just the forearms.
Mhm.
Hands are still intact. Above the elbow is still intact. But there's still a lot of blood. It's everywhere. It's pouring. And you can't stop yourself from drinking from him. So for each point of hunger that you slate, you can make another frenzy check. See if you can stop yourself.
Okay.
You begin to drink from him. He is barely conscious at this point. Doesn't even notice what you're doing. He's too distracted by the pain.
You said a frenzy check is
Is humanity
and composure.
and composure.
Three?
You keep drinking. It's liking another point of hunger.
The unfortunate thing is I don't chew hunger.
It just doesn't feel like enough. It feels like the more you drink, the hungrier you get. You try to resist it. Again.
That's 2.
And it is barely a thought in your mind. It's crazy. He's bled so much on the kitchen, on his clothes, on you. And you've certainly had a lot. He probably should be dead. How is there even any left? You hear a voice behind you. You know, I can help you stop if you want.
Can I even reply?
Give me a frenzy check. You need to roll 4 successes to be able to talk.
I only got 4 successes.
You pull yourself away long enough to spew a few words in response.
Stop it.
You feel yourself being grabbed by someone much stronger than you. They pull you off. You can feel your hands being tied behind your back. Chained, maybe. Something cold. Something metal. And, you're moved to the other side of the living room. You can see Romero. He's on the ground. He's passed out. And then your brother kneels in front of you. Did you get my note?
Go fuck yourself.
I'll take that as a yes. Now, there's a few things that can happen. The first is I can untie you. And then, well, we both know what happens then. Your friend dies. If he's not dead already. Doesn't look like he is. Second, I could embrace him. Could be fun. Haven't done that in a while. At least not in this way. You know, I prefer the traditional manner. You could embrace him. That's option 3. Because he's not going to make it if he doesn't get help soon.
What is option 4?
I'm so glad you asked. Option 4 is we negotiate. I hate to say this, but I want something and I think perhaps you would be able to help me get it.
What do you want?
I want a human.
Which one?
So you'll do it.
I'm asking you which one before I promise anything.
All right. Okay. I want on Rivkin.
What does a kid have to do with you?
What does it matter? It's a fair trade. Life for life.
I'd rather embrace Romero myself.
You would.
Thought I'd give him. I'd. Not going to let him die, but I'm not going to give over a little girl to you.
You don't have to give her over. I understand you have morals and whatnot these days, but, you could give me a head start on getting to her. Really, at this point, any information would be helpful, and I would be willing to bargain this pathetic life for that. Phone number.
I'll embrace him myself.
You'll embrace him yourself. Are
I'm
you
not giving
certain?
power. You power over him, and I'm not letting you take power over me.
Guinevere, you've never embraced anyone. Think you're ready?
Watched you do it.
Well, that was a little different. I'm afraid your friend won't get the whole pomp and circumstance that people like us got.
He wouldn't want it.
You don't know that.
I know that he wouldn't want what you think is pomp and circumstance.
Fine. You have not that long left to make this decision, so I'll leave you with this. If he is not a La Sombra by tomorrow, I will kill him. Unless you give me some fucking information about An Rivkin.
Get out of my fucking apartment.
Great. I'm glad we're understood. You know what? I don't think you have my phone number, so I'll send you a message. How about that? He leans over and kisses you on the forehead and slaps your face.
I try to bite his nose.
Now, once I leave this window, I'll toss you the key to those handcuffs, okay?
Get out.
He climbs through the window onto your fire escape. And you hear the clink of a set of keys. Fall next to you.
Grab him and start to undo my handcuffs.
You undo your handcuffs. It's quite easy.
And then I will essentially crawl over to Romero and start to embrace him.
Okay. You start to embrace him. Luckily for you, the process of embracing someone involves killing them, so you don't have to do another frenzy check.
That's good, because I failed. Said I needed 4 successes, and all I had were 4 die.
You drain Romero dry. And you feed him some of your own blood. And you wait. In the meantime, you take 2 stains on your humanity for bringing another into this life.
Yeah.
And maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, you feel something shift inside of you. You feel your perspective on the world change as you have lost a touchstone. You no longer feel like the guilty should be punished anymore. It doesn't seem necessary. It doesn't seem worth it. You can remove that from your character sheet.
Okie dokie. I also have to remove the, hey, I've got a friend who will feed me, because I don't anymore.
That is correct.
Can I move those 2 points in my advantage to somewhere else, or are they just gone forever?
They are gone forever.
Huh.
They have been drained, so to speak. Will. You thought you were having a bad night. You're crying on the couch. I fed you.
Crying on the. Yep.
You fucking crying.
Fucking crying?
He's patting you on the back. Will.
Yeah.
He hands you an envelope. I don't think that you should look at this now, but when you're ready, these are their names.
These are the people that I massacred.
Yes.
He like holds it and just stares at it. Okay. I don't know what to do with this.
I don't think there's anything to do with it, unfortunately. You either keep going or you don't. I would like for you to keep going. And I know a lot of other people would too.
Yeah. Can't open it now, though.
You'll know when you're ready, I think.
All right. I think I had enough of this whole crying business.
Okay. Now what?
I gotta figure out how I'm gonna tell her.
Yeah. I have no advice.
None at all?
Well, I didn't tell anyone about my stuff until I had to. And even then, you don't know most of what I've done. But I know that you're a better man than me, so I think you'll figure it out.
Not by much, Fidya.
Well, I know that your body count went up from 0 tonight. But you're I don't know. I don't know how to comfort you. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing a good job so far. Keep going.
Well, most of us have killed a lot of people. And I know it's hard to go from 0 to 1. But you're not
0 to-
really playing in the big leagues yet, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
0 to 50? 0 to 100? What am I, like a sports car? No, sorry. The perspective was what you're saying here. I get it. Thank you for not judging me about this.
You're welcome. I was there as well.
Yeah, but I was the one in charge. It's on me. I'm not gonna put this on you. He'll get out his phone. He'll open up Signal. He'll type in a couple different versions, but he'll keep deleting it because he doesn't know what to say. So, I think he'll end up sending to Grace. I did that thing. And he'll just send it.
She messages back. Okay.
He said okay. Maybe um and then he'll say it's bad and he'll text or signal again.
She replies, okay.
And then he will say, we should talk about this soon. And he'll send it.
She sends back when.
And he'll say, whatever works for you. You might need a minute. Or you might need some time after this one, is what he'll say.
She sends back, come to the lab? Question mark.
He can't help but laugh at that. And he'll say, sure, why not? And he'll send it.
She just sends back, great.
Well, Fedya, I opened a can of worms.
Well, you'll figure it out. Or we could always move to Europe.
Mm-hmm. Could be fun.
Could be fun. Haven't been to Berlin in a while.
Yeah, me neither. Oh.
You should go.
To the lab?
Yeah.
All right. I guess wish me luck.
Sure. I'll be around if you need anything.
Thanks, Fedya.
He like walks you to the door to try to like force you to leave.
He'll go. He'll go. And I feel like he doesn't put on his helmet.
Wow. Okay.
And
Big
he
night.
will drive. He will drive to the lab.
Cool. By saying that we are going to hold what happens next until the next session. So to recap where everyone's at this moment and where we will be picking up next Tuesday. Will has ridden his motorcycle sans helmet to RN Labs.
I'm sorry, did you want us to keep going so we could see Will get into a bike accident?
This is actually just going to become a PSA about bike safety.
No, thank you.
Buckle up.
I had enough of that in elementary school.
Helmets. Traumatic brain injury is no joke. Anyway. Get ready for my slideshow. Will has ridden his bike sans helmet to RN Labs to discuss with Grace his recently recovered memory of destroying another building called RN Labs and also murdering an indeterminate amount of people in his rage. Jacob and Agnes are currently in the Warren. Jacob is getting a tour of the facilities. They are in the hub, security hub, where many of the administrative offices are. Right?
I forgot what everything was called.
You're good. That
But I
doesn't
think it was
actually
the
have a
library.
name.
Okay. I
That's
kept
just
thinking cafeteria when we were at the park, and I'm like, I know that's not it.
someday I'll make a real map when my, visual brain comes in. And Ever is in her apartment. She's recently killed and embraced her best friend, losing not only her source of food and some of her values, but part of the skin of her arm, which is extremely painful. And she is waiting for him to wake up. Having never embraced someone, she doesn't really know what's going to happen next. And that's where we will pick up in a week. And yeah. Any remaining thoughts before I turn off the recording? Great.